Oh yeah. All right, what's up, Eric? Classicated. See how they bringing us in? Here we go. Here we go. All right, y'all, we're gonna get busy in 1 second. No sound. Hold on. All right, can you hear me? Anybody? You guys hear me over here? I got YouTube, and Facebook in front. I got TikTok over here on the left, and I got Instagram on the right. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Well, say I can, or we can hear you. So if you can hear me, TikTok, I thank you. All you got to do is, would you guys give me some likes so they can invite more people? TikTok got a special algorithm, and they say if you give me some likes, they will invite more people. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right. Can you guys hear me? You can hear me. Good. You can hear me. Yes. Great, 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 great. All right, y'all. I got a good one for y'all tonight. I got a good one tonight. I'm not going to be before you very long. That's what we say in the Southern church, but then we end up being before you long. But I'm not going to be before you long. So, look, I am Coach Ken. Glad to be with you all tonight. I got my theme music getting me crunk a little bit. Um, and so, okay, good. You can hear me. I'm glad y'all can hear me. And so, what I want to do is first, y'all know, as we always do right about this time, if you would, let me know where you calling in from, where you checking in from. Give me your name and your city or state or country where you checking in from, y'all. I want to know where you checking in from. All right, name. So we got what we do is we do this right about this time every night that we do this. You finally caught my live. Thank you for joining me. All right, we got somebody from Texas. All right, what part of Texas are you from? From Florida in the building. What city and what state are you guys from? Elaine from Minneapolis in the building. Thank you for joining me. We've got someone from St. Pete, Florida. Cindy from St. Pete. Nissa from New Jersey. Hampton, Virginia in the building. We got Philly in the gym. From the A. Elizabeth from the A. Elizabeth, I'm going to be in the A touring July 8th. If anybody is in the Atlanta area, I'm going to be touring July 8th. And I want you guys to come out. Let's meet. We're going to answer all your questions. All right, y'all. And I think it's only going to cost $10 to get in. Not my event, someone else's, but I'm going to be there. All right. Let's say we got California. Vallejo, California in the building. Beverly from the Bronx in the building. Hampton, Virginia. Okay, we got east side of Detroit, Michigan. Yes, yes. Princeton. I've never heard of a Princeton, Texas. Interesting. San Francisco. We got somebody from Norway, y'all. Love it. All right, y'all. So I got all of my platforms up. I figured out. Y'all know last week I figured out my day one is back on deck. Day one, who is my day one? Because I can't, it only says Facebook user, so I can't see who it is. I know you. If you say you my day one, I know you are. Nashville, Tennessee in the building, y'all. All right, here we go. Tonight, I got something good. So I got to tell y'all what happened. So recently, one of my students is getting married. And I told this story before. Two more of my students got into committed relationships this week. And so I was teaching my class. I was teaching a class that I teach of about 20 women. It ended, they've been with me for 6 months. All right. And I love them all, y'all. And when I tell you the transformations have been miraculous. So two in particular, several of them are in relationships, but two of them got into committed relationships this month, this week. And so one of the things that I teach, what makes me so good at what I do is because I take the approach that, oh yeah, my day one, Naomi, you know you my day one. Yes, day one. Good to see you, baby girl. All right. So let me share with y'all what happened. So when my group started with me 6 months ago, I don't think I will ever do another group that long again, just because it was long, it's arduous. But I love them all. The journey is we gotta dig in deep, because a lot of us have a lot of limiting beliefs that we brought with us, and these limiting beliefs, many of them have come from childhood. And as you know, last week, if you watched me last week, I talked about trauma, the 4 different types of trauma. If you have not seen that video, I went in for a whole hour and talked about the different types of trauma and how they affect you. But that today we're not going to talk about that. But today we're going to talk about. So when they started with me 6 months ago, and I told them on this journey that number one, hey coach, how you doing, Coach Toy in the building. I told them that you can have anything you want on this journey. If you guys want a relationship, I will make sure that if you want a relationship, you need to have the relationship. I mean, you need to do the things to have the relationship. Okay. All right. Luana, hey, ATL in the building. I'm going to be the ATL soon. July 8th, starting my tour. But anyway, so I told them that one of the things that we have to do is we have to change our mindset, because that it's a long time, sure. But let me ask you a question, Sonya. I gotta ask you a question. She said it's a long time. I get it now, but is it a long time in the context of how long you've been living? It probably isn't. Of how much stuff you missed along the way and how much education we need to learn. Because you got to imagine, y'all, imagine this. Imagine if you didn't understand communication, you didn't understand manifestation, you didn't understand attachment styles, you didn't understand conflict resolution. 6 months ain't that long when you look at it. Because why is it, y'all? Let me ask you a question. Why is it? Why is it that we get trained everywhere else? We get trained on our jobs, and we're great at our jobs, right? You're great at your job because you've been trained, you've been mentored, you've been coached, okay? And so what I want to say is this. I want to say, why is it that in relationships, we've never been trained, we've never been coached, we've never been mentored, but we just expect it to work? Why is that, y'all? There is something wrong with that ideology. There is something wrong with that thought process. And and then people say, well, you know what? That makes sense. You've never been taught how to resolve conflict, but you just expect the other person and you, because you love each other, that you will resolve conflict, right? Am I right? And so what happens is that then you get in there and then you realize that resolving conflict is not so easy when both of you come from different backgrounds. Both of you come from with different ideologies. Both of you were raised very differently. Both of you come from different environments. And then you come together and you expect it to work. You expect it to work, yet you haven't been trained. All right. So I want to tell y'all something. Any of y'all in the Atlanta area, any of y'all been in the Atlanta area, I'm gonna be in Atlanta July 8th. I'm coming to the intimate conversations. We're doing a whole live, y'all. I'm going to answer all your questions in person. For those of y'all who are interested in it, I'll tell you more about it. You can go to my link tree, but I got to change the link on there. But if you are interested in it, inbox me. I'm gonna be there live, and if you're in the Atlanta area, yo, we are going to make it work. So inbox me right now, but I'm gonna talk to you more about it as we get closer to that day. Okay. Now, so what I also told them, I told the 2 ladies who are in relationships. I started this conversation by saying 2 of my students who have been with me 6 months actually got in relationships this week. And so what I tell people is this. I said, if you had gotten these relationships 6 months ago, you would not be ready for them. Because many of us, the kind of relationship you want, the kind of relationship you desire, you're actually not ready for that relationship. Like, let me give you an example. So many ladies that I coach, okay? Whether you say, I want a partner who is and this, who makes this amount of money, who lives in this amount of house, they got to have a credit score of all of this, and they have this list or this litany of things that they want the other person to have, okay? Then I ask them, then I begin asking them, I say, well, everything on this list, do you possess? So, do you have good credit? They say yes. Okay. Do you want a man to communicate? You want somebody to communicate, but do you communicate effectively? And then when I go down the list, and on this list, I explain to them, you are expecting someone else to give you something that you don't even possess. And then when they thought about it, and then when they began thinking about it, they were like, wow, wow. And so I say, what I'm going to do is help you to get ready to receive the things you want by becoming the things that you want. You see, here's the thing. Some people want a person, like I was talking to a person the other day, say, I want somebody physically fit, got a six pack and all of this, and they work out, exercise. And I say, well, you don't have to have a six pack and all of that, but do you have that same energy? Do you work out? Do you believe in health? Do you do all of the things that you want from this person? Do you believe in the same thing? And they were like, well, not really. And I said, how is it that you want to attract something that is incongruent with your own core values? Now, think about this, y'all. You want to attract something in someone else that is incongruent with your own core values. You don't even do it, but yet the other person must have it. The other person must possess it. How twisted is that, y'all? When I put up videos every day, all right, I put up videos every day, and people make comments every day. And sometimes I don't read the comments, I don't have time. Y'all, I'm out here building. I'm out here growing. I almost got 1 million followers now. So I'm trying to service people. I coach people, group, whole bunch of stuff. So, but the other day I had a little time. I was in the airport, and I just started reading the comments. I started reading the comments that people say. Some of you may have left some comments. And those comments, some of them made me sad. And not because of what you say about me. No, 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 no. I don't care what you say about me because I love me. Because, I'm good with me. I validate me. But it's what they say about their outlook on the world that scares me, that made me sad. Many people are so broken. Many people are so disheartened because that nobody out there, there's nobody worthy to love, and nobody worthy to love, and then that nobody would love you. And the truth is, y'all, I see it every day because I'm on the front lines of helping people get in relationships, loving relationships. And when I hear stuff like there are men, no good men out there, and men say women are just gold diggers, and I say to myself, wow, we have been fed a narrative by people on the internet, by people, like me, who do this for a living on YouTube and Instagram, and they tell you, and they pit one sex against the other. And I don't listen to those people because I believe in love. I believe that people can love, and I believe that because I'm seeing it every day. I see it every single day. I'm putting relationships together, y'all. I'm keeping relationships together, and so and there are good men out there. There are good men out there, and women say no good men, all men cheat. That's not true, y'all. That is not true. So let's not be disingenuous and think that that's the case. It is not true. Okay. So here's what I will say. I will say tonight I wanted to do something. I wanted to tell y'all, like I told my two ladies who got in relationships, hey, on TikTok, would y'all give me some likes? I need to get up to like 3,000-4,000 likes for them to start inviting other people to the live, because a lot of people need to hear this, y'all. If y'all would tap that like button for me, because TikTok will invite other people. A lot of people need to hear what I have to say. Oh, thank you, Arizona. Glad, like my glasses. I appreciate you. And so what I'll say to y'all is what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to, the topic tonight is, and I'm going to get out of here in probably about 15, 20 minutes. But the topic of tonight is the purpose of a relationship. And so the purpose of a relationship. And so what I did was those two ladies who are in relationships now, in committed relationships, I explained to them who've been with me 6 months, along with 21 other women who've been with me 6 months. Like I said, I'll never do a 6 month training again. I loved it, but I just don't have time now. My team is growing, we're growing, but I don't have time now. But they were my last group. And I was especially proud of the transformations that they've made. And when I say transformations, transformations are not just getting in relationships, because anybody can get in a relationship that's not healthy. Anybody can get in a relationship that doesn't work. Anybody can get in a relationship is just sex. But to get in a relationship and then be whole, to get in a relationship and then know how to operate in the relationship, know how to communicate in the relationship, get in the relationship and then be able to navigate the relationship in a very successful way, that's the part that I'm proud of. That's the part. So I told them at the beginning, and I'm going to tell you tonight. And then I'm going to give some of you an opportunity to start this process with me so I can coach you personally. All right. I've got a new challenge starting next week. I'm going to be doing lives every single day. I got a new challenge called the Self-Love Experience starting next week. A lot of you have already joined it. Some of you have not. If you have not joined this challenge, this is going to be the first step of you actually getting in the relationship that you desire. Okay. And so what I'm going to suggest to you is I'm going to put the link right here. For those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to put the link in the comment section. I want you, for those of you who want to start this journey, you can join now or you can join after I get finished. But either way, some of you, this is going to resonate with you, and you know that you need to make a change. You know that there's a part of you that is tired of being what you being, that the way you're acting, the life that you've chosen to live in. I was listening to something today, y'all. But let me finish. I digress. I'll get off point. If you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, go up to my bio. And in my bio section, you'll see my link tree. Click on the link tree, and you'll see the self-love challenge. Join the self-love challenge, and I'm going to tell you why tonight. But I'm going to get into that. But I'm listening to a book. I listen to one audio book per week because I'm always trying to grow and develop myself. I've written 8 books, y'all. I've sold over 500,000 books in my life. And every day I feel like I must be a student to get better at what I do. So I listen to different books, but I'm always learning. And one of the books that I'm reading called Unfuck Yourself. That's what the book is called. I didn't make up the title. It's what he said. But in the book, I'm almost near the end of the book. And in the book, he says that we have to get comfortable and look our own death in the face. And at first, when I heard the chapter title, and he was saying that the truth is all of us are going to die one day. And I was like, yeah, I don't like to think about it. He said, but the sooner you come to grips with not when you're going to die, not how you're going to die, but when you come to grips with how you live, how you're going to live. And he turned it around, and I began thinking about how I live, how many people's lives I touch. I said, you're right. I am going to go one day. But before then, I don't know how much time, but before then, my life, I figured, how will I know my life is successful? And I said, I will know my life is successful. I'm riding in my car, y'all. I had to go to some alterations and pick up some alterations. And I said, I'm asking myself these questions. How will I know? And it won't be because of my children, who I have wonderful kids. It won't be because of my wife. It will be because of I asked the one question, whose life is better off because I lived, is because I lived. And then I thought to myself, I said, you know what? It makes sense to me now why I do what I do. So when I was talking to the student, I know I got to get to the point because I've been belaboring this. Anyway, let me get to the point. The point is simply this: there are two purposes of a relationship. And I began thinking about it, and I must teach it. The first one is, write this down, and it's not what you think. The first purpose of a relationship is to grow. Y'all, is to grow. Growth is the first purpose of a relationship. Let me explain. Allow me to explain. You see, what happens is we think, okay, I get in a relationship, I buy the big house. The big house is a product of growth. Okay. The new car you get is a product of growth. See, when the two ladies, when I said, when you start looking at your relationships like this, you begin looking at the relationships differently. You begin looking at them from a different standpoint, from a different perspective, through a different lens. And I said, the first is to grow. See, think about this. When you have children, a relationship is not to have children. The children are a byproduct of us growing together. Okay. All right. The relationship's purpose is not to give you pleasure. Okay. Pleasure is a byproduct of us growing together. The big house is a byproduct of us growing together. You see, the truth is, everything we attain in it is when we ascend, we are growing. And what happens is that is one of the reasons we are in it. You do not get in a relationship that does not grow, because if the relationship is not growing, then the relationship ceases to do what it was designed to do. Okay. So when people, I look at all these prognosticators, everybody wants to tell you what not to do. What not to do. Yes, you can ask questions. What not to do in a relationship. I look at all these prognosticators, influencers, commentary people. They want to tell you what not to do. But here's what I did. I went and said, how many people out here, relationship coaches, are telling you what to do? Now I want you guys to vet me now, to vet me. Because everybody who's watched my lives, you always know that what I do is not only if I tell you what not to do, I am going to tell you what to do. I am going to tell you how to grow. I am going to tell you how to communicate. I'm going to give you strategies of what to say, what not to say, how to pause, how to be silent, when to be silent. See, that's the difference that most people don't do. They will tell you what not to do, but very few of them know what to do because many of them don't have the thing that you seek. See, you seek a great relationship, but many of the relationship people out here don't have a great relationship. Many of the prognosticators, many of the influencers out here, they don't have a great relationship, yet they're attempting to tell you how to have a great relationship. Look at the irony in that. And I will tell you, everybody, and so everybody's not, somebody says, welcome to hell, where everybody's a relationship guru. Now, what I will tell you is everybody's not a relationship guru. Everybody's talking about relationships. Right? You follow me? But most people are not relationship gurus because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And so I said, God, I know. I told you I was gonna stop cussing as much. I'm sorry, that's just one. I'm done. That's just one. Yeah, I'm always wanting to grow too. And what I tell people is, look, this is what it's about growth. That's number one. The second one. So we're going to focus a little more on the second one today. The second purpose of a relationship is to heal. Now, I want you to write this down. First is to grow. Second is to heal. Now, what do you mean by that, coach? What I mean is in a relationship. Now, this is the misnomer. The misnomer is that
you have to be fully healed when you're in the relationship, which is not true. Now, I feel like you have to either want to be on your healing journey or you're already on the healing journey. There's a desire to heal. Now, why do I say this? Here's why. You ever notice how the relationship itself will always bring out the wounds that you have? The relationship itself will always identify, will always reveal the wounds, the areas that you need to go. Uh, no, I totally disagree. She said you got to be fully healed when you're in a relationship. That's not true, because there are so many people who are in relationship. I wasn't fully healed when I was in a relationship, when I got in a relationship. Now, I think the relationship helps you heal in it if you're willing to. Because you think about it, most people are not fully healed. Even relationship coaches are not fully healed. There are areas in your life that you're right, healing is continuous, continuous. There are areas in your life that you may have healed from when you enter the relationship, and maybe you should be healed from before you enter. But there are other areas in your life that you are not healed from, that you are not healed from. All right. And I think that you should be on your journey to healing. But here's where I disagree with a whole bunch of folk. See, what the relationship is going to do is reveal areas that you need healing. All right. Because there are a lot of you, there are a lot of people who don't even realize the trauma. Like I remember, I went over the 4 types of trauma last week, that the trauma they've experienced, they don't even realize that they have the effects from the trauma because it's in their subconscious programming. They don't even know that, right? They don't even know it until they get in the relationship and realize that that area is still tender. Realize when he starts talking about certain things or she starts talking about certain things that reminds them of their lack of self-worth or lack of self-esteem. And then you don't realize that they have rejection trauma when you decide that you don't want them to be a part of a certain thing. All right, that when you are not including them, they don't realize that they have that rejection trauma in them, because it is only revealed in the relationship. They feel some kind of way because you didn't want them to be a part of a certain thing. Or they have abandonment trauma, okay, or they have humiliation trauma, where they made fun of you because you were overweight, where you're not good enough, you didn't have the right clothes, and they don't know that you have humiliation trauma until they get in the relationship. Because now when you make a joke about them, about their clothes, and now that wound that you touched, that you thought was healed, is not healed. And so when a person says you have to be fully healed to be in a relationship, that is not true, because many times you don't even know that the wound still exists. Ah, yeah, coach. We about to get crunk. And so there are some of you out there. Think about it. So when I read the comments the other day on my Instagram page, and I look at and then I look at my YouTube from time to time. I just happened to be in the airport. I had a 2-hour layover, and so I'm just reading the comments because I rarely read the comments. All right. I'm just too busy. I'm too busy. I'm out here empowering people. I ain't got time to rebut everything people say. But I realized something. I was reading I read the comments through the lens of their pain. Now watch what I'm saying. I can already tell when a person makes a certain type of comment. I already know where the comment originates from. I already know whether the comment originates from whether we call our pain brain or our power brain. You see, the comments, if it originates from our pain brain, I know where the comment comes from. When the person starts accusing, well, all these relationship coaches, they don't need to be out here, women need to be empowered. You just need to walk away from his ass. I understand. When I read that, I realize that this is coming from their pain brain. it is coming from a form of trauma. And so I never respond to those. The reason being is because when I respond to those, I cannot convince the person to change their mindset because I know it's a process. So, but I also know it, so I let it go. I let it be. Because if I try to do it, I'm just feeding into what the person already believes. You see? And so I don't say a word sometimes. Now, sometimes I want to be funny. I just might joke with somebody about something. One dude was like, all these relationship coaches out here, everybody can have a podcast. And then I might joke and be like, you're right, everybody can have one. But my 960,000 followers say I can. So I'm just being an asshole then, being funny. But when I know it is coming from a place of pain, when I know it's coming from a place of trauma, I don't even respond. I understand because most people, y'all, they're not willing to do the work on themselves. I had to do work on myself before I could even do that. I told many of you who've been in my classes and you know my story of the guy I used to be, a man of no integrity. I had to go and deal with my own stuff, y'all, my own trauma, my own stuff before I can do this. Now, there are things still that I'm working on. Now, am I where I was? No, no, no. You don't have to be perfect. What I tell people is you just got to be willing to go on this journey. You got to be willing to say, you know what? I am not perfect. I need more self love. I need more self acceptance. I need more because I teach people. I said, listen, I said, you can only love people to the degree that you love yourself. And then they might say, well, because watch this. Because the truth is, every human being is a reflector. We reflect unto the world who we are. I always tell people, you're never going to get what you want. You're going to get who you are. And I always say, if you want love from someone else, you have to be love to yourself. And so a lot of people can't understand that concept because everything is energy. And I say, listen, let's focus on loving yourself first. Let's focus on self acceptance. Let's focus on changing your self concept. Let's focus on let's focus on all of that. And then what happens is as that part of you grows, then you will begin reflecting it to the world. When you reflect it to the world, you know what's going to happen? Then other people are going to be attracted to it. They're going to want to love you. They're going to want, and if we focus on all of the things that have happened to us that were not good, if we focus on everything that was terrible, that energy is the energy that's going to be permeated unto the world, permeated to everyone around us, and that's the energy that we're going to bring back. We're going to reflect back to us. And so when I tell you the purpose of a relationship is number one to grow, and the second is to heal, then the thing is you got to understand, y'all. If you are not willing to go on your healing journey, and I don't always talk about this, but my goal is to put people in relationships. And the truth is, the two ladies, let me just say this: this group of ladies that I coach, this group, many of them are in relationships now. They've gotten in relationships since we've been coaching. But the reason I'm talking about this today is because of the two who got into the relationships this week. And in this week, I begin reflecting on, the things that have happened, the things that have happened over the last 6 months. And what I told them was, once you understand what the purpose of a relationship is, once you understand that everything you do, if it's not helping you grow or not helping you heal, then the relationship itself ceases to do what it was designed to do. And when something ceases to do what it was designed to do, it's not going to last. So I'm going to tell you all this. I'm going to tell you something. There are some of you, you know you need to start focusing on you. You know, but you get so enamored with focusing on everybody else. Everybody else, the kids, everybody else, you want to focus on them because it distracts you from you. It distracts you from looking at your life. It distracts you from self-reflecting. It distracts you from becoming self-aware. It distracts you. And so here's the thing I want to tell you. It's this. Those of you, some of you need to go on this journey. Some of you need to. You know what? I'm doing a self love challenge next week for 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. For those of you who want to join it, for those of you who want to make a change, for those of you who really want a relationship, I want you to go and join it. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, go up to my bio in the link tree. In the link tree, you'll see self love challenge. Um, the self love challenge, you're going to learn things about yourself that you didn't even know. You're going to learn things about your trauma. You're going to learn things. It will be life changing. There go my partner down there, Rose. We teach it together, and she's amazing. And y'all, Rose, tell our people, our students, this class, are they the bomb? They are amazing. But y'all, stop waiting. What are you waiting on? And some of you who are listening to me tonight, you'll get emotional tonight, and some of you will even cry because you know that you are not what you should have become. Um, but you won't take action. Y'all, it's about taking action. So I wanna close out with this. I'm gonna close out with this story. And this story stuck with me for a long time. And it's from The Lion King. The Lion King, the original animated version, for those of you who have watched The Lion King, and you remember Simba. Simba was the king. And but Simba he didn't know his own worth. And so he ran away from the kingdom when things got tough, right? And so the kingdom needed him. Um, and Nala was Simba's friend, the the female lion, the woman lion. Okay, and Nala was strong, but Nala was Simba's friend. Nala liked Simba, and Nala liked. It's just like you out here. You out here are looking for your king. Um, it's go if you go Empress, it's under. Go up to the bio to my bio on TikTok and click the bio. It's the link tree. It says link tree, and you will see the second one down. It says self love challenge. Okay, all right. But anyway, so Nala was his. She was in his corner. She loved Simba, and when Simba left the kingdom, went off to wander with some birds and pigs and people that he would not normally associate with, right? So, how many of us are associating with people that we know we should not be associating with? We know we need a new tribe. We know we are destined to do more, to be more. And I remember when in the movie, when Simba was out, Nala was out hunting, and Simba, I guess, got wind of her, didn't know it was Nala, so he attacked her, or they attacked each other, or Simba attacked her. But Nala was strong, just like many of you are strong, okay? But Nala and him fighting, and she raised up she got on top of him, raised up to give him that paw, and she realized it was Simba. And what were her words to Simba? Her word, and I'll never forget these words. Her words were, "You are more than you have become." And I'll never forget those words because when I was at my lowest point, and I said, "I am more than I have become." Many of you, and stop listening to people who are not about your good. There are all these people out here telling you what not to do. Who's going to tell you what to do? Get around people who want to empower you. Get around people who want to help you, who want to tell you what to do. And so each one of you are more than you've become. You can have what you want, but you got to be willing to go get it. You got to be willing to work for it. And that's what I'll say. And that's it for me. For those of you who are interested in my self love challenge, it's gonna be the bomb. If y'all have been to some of y'all have been to my challenges before, y'all know how deep we go. People don't even want to get off. Don't even want to get off. So for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, go up to my link tree, click on my in the bio section. Go up to my link tree, click on the link tree. You'll see self love challenge. All right, join it tonight. Yeah, it's an investment. It ain't that much, but it's an investment. For those of you on Facebook and and YouTube, I'm putting the link right here in the comment section. I just put it in the comment section. So it says Canyon Challenge. Boom. All right. And I see some people have joined. All right. I see it came across the screen. But look, y'all, that is it for me tonight. I'm going to go over to Instagram. I always go over to Instagram for a couple of extra minutes, chat with them, a couple extra minutes. If you all want to come over to Instagram, join me at Coach Ken Canyon. All right. No, self love has nothing to do with single. Yes, you can be married. Many of the people are married and are in relationships. So join it if you want to do it. All right, y'all. I appreciate your TikTok. We're out here. All right. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. TikTok, we're out. Okay. YouTube, Facebook. You don't see the link? Hold on. You can't see the link. All right. Let me see it. What what group are you in? Because it just says Facebook user. Who is this? Who am I talking to so I can know what group you're in? Because I got it streaming to a few groups. I can put the link in that group. I can put the link in that group. Okay. Let me know who that is. It says you don't see the link in the Facebook comments. Oh, Ingram. Okay. Oh, hey, that's my baby. Oh, I'll send you the link. I'll send it to you. All right. I don't know why you can't see it in the comment section. Um, hey, Rose, if you could make sure it's on my page. Can you post it on my page? And post it in our groups. If you could. All right. And I'll post it too. All right, y'all. But look, for those of you who thanks, Rose. For those of you, I am out on YouTube, Facebook. I'm done. See y'all tomorrow. All right, so Instagram, I'm coming over and we're gonna get on.